next speaker is the program manager for Go Code Colorado, a fantastic app challenge that is really demonstrating the business value of making public data accessible and usable. Please welcome to the stage Andrew Cole.
Thank you. All right, good afternoon, everyone. As you said, my name is Andrew. I run a civic app challenge called Go Code Colorado, and it's based out of the Colorado Secretary of State's office under our Secretary of State, Wayne Williams. I want to start today with a metaphor. So this is the set of the famous Field of Dreams movie. And I want to start out with this by saying, what if you did all the hard work to create an open data program? You went and you met with government stakeholders. You got into individual programs and worked with DBAs, and you did the really hard work to pull data out of databases, sometimes legacy systems that are really hard to work with. You did the transforms. You posted it onto a single platform in a machine-readable format. You created really good, rich, contextual metadata, and you updated it on a regular basis, but no one came. And I think today the challenge we face is the first part of that equation is so hard, and there's so many people here at this conference that are doing such great work. But I worry sometimes that we're getting to there and then stopping. And so Go Code Colorado is our attempt at going out and not waiting for people to come, but making it happen. So I want to start with a quick video.
Data. It's been called the infrastructure of our times, the framework of the digital age. Better access to data creates a competitive advantage for Colorado businesses. That's why we created Go Code Colorado, the award-winning open data program that brings entrepreneurs and developers together for an amazing weekend of innovation. In 5 cities across Colorado, teams invent apps and businesses that make use of public data. 2 winning teams from each location are awarded slots in a Boulder Mentor Weekend, where they rub shoulders with some of the state's sharpest tech, developer, and entrepreneurial minds. They hone their ideas, polish their businesses, tighten their code. Then, at a big gala in Denver, the 3 best business and app ideas are awarded a contract with the state that gives them $25,000 each, an important early investment to move forward with their apps and businesses. Government is good at collecting and managing data, but data is only as good as its use. So it's up to you, Colorado innovators. Take it from here. Participate in Go Code Colorado as a team member, mentor, or sponsor. Build apps, build business, build Colorado.
So that was a video we used to promote our 2015 challenge, which was the second challenge we've run. When we set out to build Go Code Colorado, like I said, we wanted to combat this idea that we could make data public, but people wouldn't use it. But even before that, what we saw was that we knew that there was great value in public data, especially when you put it together across data sets and you start creating combinations and analysis and things like that. We also knew Colorado especially has a very robust and thriving entrepreneurial culture, startup and tech world. And we knew that those software developers and entrepreneurs could do amazing things with data if they were given the chance. But we were in a classic chicken and egg conundrum, right? It's hard for state agencies to spend the time and the resources to work on open data, especially when you have legislative mandates, you have customers at the door. We all know resources are scarce. And then you have these, like I said, these entrepreneurs, these developers who would do amazing things with the data if they knew how to get at it, but they haven't been used to asking for it. They didn't know it was a resource that should be available to them. And even if they did, who do you go to? How do you get all the way into the right program to find it? And how do you get it, again, in a format that works for you and make sure that it's updated? So Go Code Colorado is an attempt to jumpstart what should be a virtuous process, right? So in our first year, we went to state agencies and said, let us help you publish your data. Trust us, people will use it. In the second year, we were able to go back with this story, which I'll tell here, and it helped turn on some light bulbs and get the momentum going. So this is Heather Alcott. Heather is an owner of a bakery in the Denver area. And Heather's a very smart, savvy businesswoman. She knows how to make amazing pastries. What she doesn't know is how to get at government data. And she got up in our first year and she gave this very compelling but ultimately sad story about trying to figure out where's the best place to cite her business. And she talked about, working with a commercial real estate broker who gives you some information, literally standing on the street corner and like watching people walk by, Googling and getting outdated census data. But not understanding, not really feeling like she had the data she needed, and then signing a 5-year lease. The place next door goes under construction, gets in the way of her storefront. The street in front of her goes under construction, makes parking hard. It turns out the foot traffic is actually around the corner, and insult to injury, there are tax incentives just a few blocks away that she didn't know about, couldn't take advantage of. So enter Sean and Wojciech, the winners of our 2014 challenge, and we're walking through this video here, the user interface on BeagleScore, which was a solution to Heather's problem. So BeagleScore, you type in an address, and it's going to give you a business score based on 5 different categories. The vast majority of the data behind this is public. Some of it's private. But most of it's public, and it's things like tax rates, tax incentives, broadband, utility rates, walkability, crime statistics, all kinds of things that are by definition public that people ought to have access to, and that technically you could go out and find if you knew who to ask, how to get it in the right format, and how to put it together. But again, that's not Heather's forte, right? She knows how to do the analysis when she's given the data, but she doesn't know how to go about this process. But we helped make the data public, and then we held a business competition, and we said we've curated problems in the business community, and then we got really smart guys like Sean and Wojciech to create a very easy, elegant, user interface. And that's the value that we're trying to bring to public data, is going out and engaging with people and giving it a business sense. So, to quickly walk through the results, we're building tremendous community as we go. In 2015, we had 32 teams enter our challenge all across the state. We've had tremendous support from the private sector. And I think when we talk about proving the business value, government came late to the party when it comes to data, right? And no disrespect to all the people in this room, because you're at the forefront of what we're doing now, but the private sector has known about the value of data for years, right? And so, and we've been able to show, we've gotten support from organizations like Google, Salesforce, Esri, Socrata, and then in 2016, our title sponsor will be AT&T. So we've been able to show, when we went back after our first round of funding to get the program off the ground, we went back to the legislature and we wanted to get authorized to continue our funding down the road. And we were supported unanimously in a bipartisan legislature, or split legislature. So we had bipartisan unanimous support. And I think one of the most compelling reasons is because we were able to say organizations, private sector organizations, are putting their own money, where they see the value. And again, we're building communities, we're engaging entrepreneurs, we're creating a culture of people who are very smart, want to build solutions and solve problems and create businesses and jobs off of it. We're creating within them the idea you should go out and ask for public data. And in the meantime, we're that feedback loop. But whether we're there or not, somewhere down the road, I want someone to know they can go to the Colorado Information Marketplace, they can look for the data themselves, and if it's not there, they should go ask for it. So if I, may add, kind of close with another analogy. Like I said, government came late to the party when it came to open data, or understanding the value of data and making it public. So there's 2 ways you can approach that. If you're going to show up late at the party, you can sneak in the back door, you can stand in the corner and hope no one notices that you weren't there the whole time, or you can come in the front door, let everyone know you're there, bring some drinks, a killer dip, and say, I'm sorry, I wasn't here before, but I am now. And so, my thought to you and the take home is, do the hard work on the front end, and great for everyone who's doing that. But don't stop there. Go out, get into your community. For us, it was we made a business case because in the Secretary of State's office, the vast majority of our budget comes from filing fees. So those are our customers, and that's where we found the most compelling argument was a business case. But find your customers, your stakeholders, wherever they are, and bring something to the party. Create that feedback loop, create that momentum that moves the process forward, so that it's easier to go back to the government and say your time and effort is well spent. Because again, we know that resources are scarce, and that they have all kinds of ways to spend their time. So get out in your community, engage, and move open data forward. Thank you.